Sports Like Mike. Today we're going to talk about what right looks like, your strengths, and creating feelings of self-assurance which will arise from the appreciation of your own abilities or qualities, commonly referred to as confidence. First, don't forget that today is the day of 2-a-days, so you need to do morning tap in the morning. And then you're going to do the what right looks like and the strength exercise today. From now moving forward through the rest of the 30-day mental skills training program, you will do morning tap in the morning. Charles Duhigg actually talks about the power of habits and mentions how whereas some of our daily micro habits, well, here's your chance to form a new and a very beneficial habit, and an easy one. So what right looks like and your strengths are a couple of activities that are going to help increase your self-assurance. Confidence is a fickle thing. I was just speaking to a 4-time Olympic medalist over 2 different Olympics, and she explained that confidence is basically like being on a roller coaster. However, you're not going to be able to see the drops of the curve coming, so maybe it's more like being on Space Mountain if you've ever been there. So with the first exercise, what right looks like, I want you to think of a person you consider an exceptional performer, somebody that's at the top of their game. If you're in a sport, then pick a person's game that you want to emulate. Then list the qualities that make that person exceptional. Once you get, and look, you should have about 10 or 20 qualities. Then for each of the qualities, you can figure out, are they an attitude, a skill, or a gift? So you can see there, an attitude, it's going to be a choice or a decision that that person makes every day to act and do certain things. Is it a skill, something they can develop over time, or is it just a gift, something that was just naturally born with? Then circle the qualities that you feel are the attitudes. Pretty simple exercise. All right, so with your strengths, now I want you to make a list of what your best qualities are. This is actually one of the 4 sources of Bandura's confidence, and not just from a physical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint, and you can see the interpersonal standpoint as well. Take some time. You may need to come back to this activity, but make sure that you list no less than, let's say, 7 per physical, mental, and interpersonal. Then go back, as you can see, how many of these qualities are attitudes? Is it something that is a choice of yours? And then stretch yourself a little bit and write down why you feel that those are attitudes. Then using your strengths, I want you to craft or attempt to craft an attitude statement, something that you want to embody. This is going to be followed up in your brand down the road, but something that you can look at on a daily basis and you can say, that's what I want to stand for today. Or in general, if you want it to be more than just that particular moment. But make sure you write it down so that you can start saying it to yourself. Say it in a mirror if that's the thing that works for you. But either way, I want you to push yourself and do that. All right, so if you've done what right looks like and you've circled the qualities that you feel your attitudes, then you can continue. If not, pause this and then go back and continue writing out what right looks like. All right, so let's assume that you've completed the worksheet and you've circled the qualities that you feel are attitudes. So how many are left that are just gifts? I would argue that there's probably not a whole lot, other than your physical height is something that you can't really do a whole lot about. Speed, you can still improve your speed. You can improve your strength. Those are basically skills. Look at how many of those boil down to attitude, which is a choice. How many of those boil down to your commitment level to your particular sport or your particular profession or performance? How many of those boil down to the fact, are you disciplined on that particular day when you don't want to work out for the love of your sport? How many of those boil down to how much effort you put in every single day to get better at your particular craft? And I'd say all of it. It always boils down to some level of commitment. Are you disciplined enough to follow through on that commitment? Do you have enough effort in your daily activities in a deliberate practice manner to get better? And if you're in a team sport, then you look at the people to the left and the right, and you can find a way to not let them down. That'll help get you out of bed and get you moving on the days that you just simply don't want to. Want to know more or find worksheets for this exercise and many, many more? Check us out on Facebook at Sports Psych Mike or at www.p3perf.com. Thanks for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you around next time.